courts keep going on about this dignified death. Why aren't we allowed to take our child to a hospice and spend his last moments, his last days together privately?
Now, the family of Archie Battersbee, a 12-year-old boy on life support, has been told they have until 9 o'clock this morning to submit a legal bid to move him to a hospice as doctors seek to stop his life support treatment. Doctors say that he is brainstem dead, but his mother, Hollie Dance, has been pursuing every legal route to keep that treatment going. Last night, the European Court of Human Rights said it wouldn't intervene to overrule the decision of British courts, which had previously allowed doctors to stop treatment. Hollie has been leading her family's legal challenges to continue Archie's treatment. You will have seen her on the TV, and she joins us now. Morning to you, Hollie.
Good morning.
What's going to happen about this 9 o'clock deadline of submitting a legal bid to move him to a hospice? Presumably you will submit that.
Yes, of course we will, yes. The hospital are obviously coming across to everybody, that their deepest thoughts are with the family, anything that they can do to support, etc., etc. This really isn't the case, and I think that the letter that went out quite sort of late yesterday evening, saying that just again, a bit of a blackmailing letter. You've got until 9 o'clock, leaving the lawyers again under pressure, which is what this hospital's done from day one of being here. Really, everything's just been so pressured.
When you submit the bid to move him to a hospice, that will happen, because there seems to have been some question reading through the notes on this that hadn't been possible before.
Yeah, they were obstructing that as well. I have got evidence that we was told that yes, this is a possibility. They will do what they can to achieve this, etc., etc. And then they just totally went back on their word. But as I say, I have got the evidence that they did say this. This was on the 28th of July.
Just take me through then what you understand is going to happen today, because it's so difficult for people listening at home to understand, what you're going through, what you have been going through since April, and really what today signifies for you. What is today going to be like for you?
It's going to be awful today. I woke up feeling absolutely sick. To my stomach. I just feel like this hospital, we've got so much to answer for, and I don't really know. I don't know really what else to say today.
I understand. It's a difficult day for you, and you've been so present, so strong on all the television screens, and you have been doing what many people would do. Everyone reacts differently to this kind of thing, but when you try to put yourself in that position of what you would do for your child, you've chosen a particular path, and other people might do the same. Other people might do differently, but we really do feel for you. How could anyone not? I wanted to ask you about, are there no other options now? Because I also read that there is some treatment that doctors in Japan and Italy were offering. What was that treatment?
I think it's stem cell. Switzerland also do it. We seem to just be so, and the USA, we seem to be so behind in like our medical stuff over here. It's just very sort of straightforward, It's a brain injury, that's it. It's death. It's very black and white over here, very cut and shut. Other countries are offering Archie treatment. They're saying that he's a prime candidate for treatment, and because he's only 12 years old, he should be given that option to actually take that treatment. And I agree, he should be given that option.
It's the European Court, though, didn't they, said that your appeal was inadmissible, and it added it would grant such requests only on an exceptional basis and when the applicants would otherwise face a real risk of irreversible harm. Does that make sense to you?
I haven't had a chance to read the appeal stuff yet.
It sounds like a horrendous situation to be in, just because of the way you have to function, you have to be a parent and you have to fight for your child as well. And I can only imagine what that must have been like for you. What about the rest of your family, your partner, and the rest of your family? What do you think, if you had to describe, I suppose, the impact on you and your family since April? How would you describe it?
Obviously, Paul and I aren't together, Archie's dad. It's absolutely heartbreaking. It's really taken its toll. Lauren laid on Archie's bed last night with him. Just broke down, started crying. You know, we can't even have the chance to be in a room together as a family without nurses. Like, obviously, constant that they're in there. Last night, there's like 3 nurses, just sort of one nurse particularly, like just humming tunes at like 2 o'clock this morning. You know, there's absolutely no privacy, which is why, again, the courts keep going on about this dignified death. Why aren't we allowed to take our child to a hospice and spend his last moments, his last days together privately? Why are the hospital obstructing it?
Presumably that is going to happen now. You don't think they're going to obstruct it once you submit this legal bid before 9 o'clock? You presume now that the legal recourse that you've been through has been exhausted, that you feel that they will let you move him to a hospice now?
No, I don't feel that they will. I think that they're going to do everything they can to stop that.
And is that because they feel that they can give him the best care?
And they haven't given Archie any care. So no, it's not. I just feel that they've made it very clear that Archie is to die in this hospital.
There may be other people listening to this who have been through a similar thing, or perhaps are going through something similar. And again, everyone has a different course of action. It's it's completely personal. What would you say to them? What have you learned from this horrendous experience that you would want to share with other parents?
I don't think any other parent should have to go through this. And I have said from day one, I totally understand and respect that some parents out there might choose to do things different. And I, as a person, totally respect other people's decisions and other people's views. However, this is ours, and I know Archie's there, and because of obviously everything that I've got evidence-wise and sort of backed up, and things that I'm seeing Archie progressing on a daily basis, that is why I've continued to fight, I think, so hard. But yeah, I wouldn't want any other parents to go through what we're going through, which is why I have tried to highlight quite a lot of subjects, I think, since we've been here, like the online challenge, and I know that so many people have sat their kids down and used Archie's story to hopefully save their lives, potentially save their lives. So I think that I'm going to continue to make sure Archie's name lives on. I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that parents don't have to go through this awful situation with the courts.